everyone. Primo here again for part two of the driving stream. Yep, I am taking a little break here though because I realized on the GPS map that the traffic's still crazy. So I am going to chill out here at the restaurant for a minute. Um, Wait for the traffic to die down. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. Yep. Yeah, I guess someone was wanting to come on my stream um, last time, but they said they missed it, so maybe they'll catch this one. I know sometimes YouTube's kind of funny that way, kind of strange or weird. I've had it that way where YouTube doesn't send me notifications all the time when even though I have them set for it, and that is sometimes they don't go through. You think it would if someone, especially someone has the premium, they're paying good money, you know. So how's everybody doing today? How's everybody's day going? I'm gonna get ready to get back on the road here in a little bit. Instead of just waiting for the traffic to die down more. And it was crazy coming down here. People were just cutting off one another. Hey, what's up, Penn? You made it. Oh, you mean my girlfriend? No, I no didn't visit her. Nope. Or I should say one of my girlfriends. Yeah, I don't know who that is. That person saying JD. I don't know who that JD is. I'm not familiar with that. So what's up with you, Penn? What's new? You just you're just coming around trying to troll me, huh? I bet you're gonna respond always, always trying to troll Primo. Hi, how are you? Oh, like I said, I'm just waiting for the traffic to die down so I can drive back home. It was pretty crazy driving down this way. I had to run an errand. I had to run an errand. That's what I had to do. But it was quite a hike. It was quite a drive. It's about an hour drive. Yeah, I had to drive to the rich neighborhood over here, the rich town or whatever, where people like have mansions and shit. Like I think that these houses they have a minimum of sex change. What are you talking about? Um, they have like a minimum of six bedrooms minimum, if not more. And I think six bedrooms minimum and six. Let's see, no, four bathrooms minimum as well. Nothing nothing smaller than that. Yeah, that's what I was doing, and now I'm just out chilling out here, waiting for the traffic to die down, like I said, and um, I tried the new drink that I don't know if you guys heard that Taco Bell has a new drink that came out. Frank was showing it on the stream the other night, and I was really interested in trying it myself. Um, it's that Baja Blast Midnight drink. I'm trying it right now. Actually, you know what? Since I'm not driving, I'll show. See, see, it was a Taco Bell the midnight. I started drinking it. It's actually really good. It is really good. I like it. I mean, like Frank said, it is different. I mean, it's supposed to be, but it's good. Have you tried it yet, Penn? Penn, have you tried it yet? Yep, I had that, and I had I'll show you on the camera again here. And I had this, the mixed crispy strips, the 4-piece from McDonald's. So I went to two different restaurants. He said it's Kool-Aid with sugar. Yeah, probably, but I wanted to try it. You know, just having it once doesn't hurt you. You know, doesn't hurt you to have it once. You don't drink artificial stuff, huh? That's good. I'm trying to lay off that stuff too, the artificial stuff too. Um, to drink more healthy stuff. Like I got the tea and stuff now. Tea. I drink coffee. Do you drink coffee? Pen name. Yeah, I drink coffee and I drink tea now. Once in a great while, I have stuff like this. This is like once every blue moon of me having a drink like this. That's for one thing. It's all expensive nowadays for go out and eat every day. So um, I just have it once in a great while. I figure it doesn't hurt when you only have it once in a blue moon like I do nowadays. But guess what, pet name? I have no pop. Damn, it kicked me off again. It kicked me off again. Yeah, I have no pop in the house at all. Oh well, like I said, what you guys call it is soda. I have no soda in the house. Um, so now I just have my coffee and tea, like all different kinds of tea. What do you mean? What? What do you mean? What? Let's see here. I'm gonna see if the traffic's still bad. Yeah, a little bit. It's getting a little better. Hey, is my audio coming in okay? Let's see. You guys hear me okay? Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm getting ready to hit the road again. Yeah, I'm getting ready to get on the road now. Seems like the traffic has died down now. I just don't like being in traffic jams. I just like to keep moving. I know where Pen Name lives though. No, there's a heck of a lot of traffic. I wouldn't want to deal with that crap. I think if I lived in that area, the only time I would probably be driving is closer to nighttime because that's when the traffic is died down everywhere. So I think if I was to live out that way and I had like a job out that way, and I lived out there and had a job out that way, I would more likely want to have like a job where it's like midnight shift. That way I can drive at night to work, and then when I get off work, it would be like early morning, where more than likely it would be slow traffic or low traffic. Um, when I had to drive home. Only thing that would suck would be as I wouldn't be able to enjoy the daytimes, except for my days off. But it was sure beat having to deal with that traffic though. 'Cause I remember living out there, out in that state, um, and I wasn't even driving then because I was too young, and I remember how crazy the traffic was back then. That was, geez, that was 30 years ago. Yeah, about 30 years ago, something like that. Um, and I'm sure now it's even crazier, the traffic these days. I'm sure you guys have a lot more population than you guys did back then. But yeah, out here we don't have as much population as out west. Uh, yeah, but I wouldn't want to deal with that stuff. That traffic is insane. They have all the ones that you guys have out there. You guys do have a lot bigger highways. You guys have like probably 6 lanes per side or whatever. Like the highway I'm on right now has one, two, three. We have like 4 lanes per side on this highway, this particular highway that I'm on right now. See, one, two, three, four, five. Yeah, five. 5 lanes. Now it's back down to 4. So it goes from like 4 to 5. Sometimes some highways about 6 per side. But yeah, you guys have like 8 or 10 per side or some number like that. Yeah, I wouldn't want to deal with that kind of traffic. Not every day anyway. I mean, if it was once in a great while, I wouldn't mind. But every day, that would just be insane. So, Pendan, do you have to drive? You have to drive quite a distance to work or to school, or do you work in the same town you live in, or go to school in the same town you live in? I don't know if you're still going to school or if you graduated or what. Oh, you do online college courses. That's cool. That's really cool. Yeah, that definitely would avoid having to drive in traffic to go to school. Shit, you wouldn't even have to really deal with any of the teachers or the um, students much. Yeah, I heard about those online courses and stuff. Didn't they start that online college stuff? Did they start that around like when COVID started? I want to say that's when I first heard of the online courses. I think it really started moving around that with the pandemic. Shit, when I was going to school and shit back then, they didn't have no online classes or anything like that back then. That was before online existed, really. I think it was, they got, World Wide Web, I think just first started, probably, probably shortly after I graduated, maybe a year or two after I graduated. Uh, and it wasn't nothing like it is today. It wasn't as big. It wasn't as many people on it. Because another thing too, when it first came out, it was super expensive, so no one could really afford it. And mainly the people that have it are people mainly that have like maybe businesses or you know work for a company or something like that, and they weren't really paying for it. It's a company that was paying for it. So, but yeah, it wasn't really didn't really boom that much at first. 'Cause like I said, everything was expensive. Just like with anything, like when they had the cell phones come out, for the first time. I mean, the very first cell phones they had, um, if anybody remembers right, uh, back then it wasn't the kind like we have today where we have it in our hand, we can take it wherever. It was car phones. Um, they had car phones and they had like a little wire that would connect to the part that you put up to your ear, just like a landline phone. Um, you know, that part was still had a cord on it, and it was uh, and you hit the send button, which would as you type the number in, whoever going to call, then you hit the send button, it would be like a green button. It's kind of similar like today. Today would be like it would say call. Of course, the answer would for answering someone, of course, they're and the call. Yeah, back then they called it just the send button or end button. This day, it's they have the end button. Yeah. Unless someone has like a flip phone, which, believe it or not, um, they still make flip phones to this day. I was shocked when I noticed that. They still sell them. The flip phones still have the hard buttons, you know. Which this new generation doesn't know nothing about that kind of stuff. They're all used to the screens, touch screens, and all that. You know, back then when the cell phones first came out, they were like hard buttons, did that too, and it was a lot more difficult to text someone because you didn't have on most phones you didn't have like individual keys for individual alphabet. You had like A, B, and C was like number uh, like one, but A, B, C, and then that D, E, F was like number two. No, I think it was number two was A, B, and C, and then number three would be the DC, and so on and so on. You know what I'm saying? But that's the way you used to have to type into texting, and there was a lot more time consuming because you had to like tap the button. So if you tapped it, let's say for instance number two, if it was A, B, and C, say you wanted to put a C in, you had to hit the button you had to hit the button three times for it to go to the letter C. You know, and then you had to hit it 2 times. So it took a lot longer to uh, than it is today. Because today, as you all know, you have individual buttons for each individual, you know, letters and numbers. They all have their own uh, buttons. But back then, they used to have to share the buttons for each for some of the alphabet. Like on average, about three alphabets per key on average. So, like I said, therefore, it was more time consuming and difficult to text someone back then. Who remembers the Blackberries? Blackberry cell phones. Those I think are completely obsolete these days. I don't think they make them at all anymore. I remember they were like the shit. If you knew some BlackBerry back then, first was considered like really cool. Damn, got the BlackBerry. But nowadays, it's like someone has it, it's like that's a piece of shit. That's nowadays. Well, that's a piece. That's not, you know. Yeah, nowadays kids these days think that what the hell is a BlackBerry? Then they also had those phones where you could use them as walkie talkies. You guys remember that? Where you'd like hit the side of the button and I think it would still work. I think it still works through the cell phone signal. So you could be anywhere. I guess wherever they have where there's a cell phone tower, just like today, and you could use it as a two-way whatever, like radio, almost like what the police do these days with their radios. Um, where they have a walkie-talkie, Um, they used to have those. I don't know if they have those anymore these days. But that was kind of cool. You could use it as a cell phone and or a walkie-talkie. But you had to have the other person has to have the same type of phone that has the walkie-talkie feature. You just can't walkie-talkie just anybody that has any ordinary cell phone. You used to have to. They used to have same the same feature on their phone in order to use that. You know, the you or the next person. Yeah. Um, I don't know, Penn, if you remember those days or if that was before your time. But I sure remember when back in the 80s, whatnot. Um, they had cell phones, but like I said, they were just in the cars. They're called car phones, car mobile phones. Oh, you remember? Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and then people that had the phones, it was more likely people that were wealthy, that had a lot of money because they were expensive. They're expensive to own. They're expensive to every month on a plan because it was the latest and greatest thing. You know, and then when they did have handheld cell phones, they were huge. I mean, they were like as big as like bricks. They were as big and thick or whatever. They might even been thicker than bricks. I mean, they were huge, and they had a huge antenna you'd have to pull up. So long antenna, and yeah, and those phones, early cell phones like that, um, there was no screens on them, not like nowadays. Where you could watch like videos and all that shit, or you couldn't even text. There wasn't even a text feature on the very first generation of cell phones. It was just strictly just calling someone. Yeah. Then I remember when I don't know if you remember this, Pen, but you remember when they had landlines and people used to be able to call. It was called time. You were able to call time, and what it did is it told you the date and the time, and it would say it is going to be 7 o'clock after the beep, and then it would go beep, and then you would know that 7 o'clock fell on after that beep. Yeah, I remember that, and I remember um, used to be able to like say if someone prank called you or whatever, right? And then you got upset. You're like, I want to know who did this, right? You could press star. I think it was like star 69, and it would call back the last person that called you. It would just automatically call and ring their phone, and then they would be shocked because they wouldn't think that person they just called prank and called. Oh, and like, yeah, you just called and pranked me. Who the hell is this or something? Then they would be like scared. More like it. And, that too back then. And what's the other thing? Star 67. That used to be where if you wanted to call, um, do a block call where you didn't want someone to know your number when you called. That was later when they had caller ID. See, way back then, when the first landline phones came out, there never used to be such a thing as a caller ID. So whenever someone would caller ID, and people caught on like, oh, if you press star 67 before you dial its number, you can block your number blocked for no. It would say like restricted number, or unknown number, or something like that, and the person wouldn't know your number through the caller ID. I think that feature still works to this day on cell phones. So, yeah, if you guys want, test out one day. Like call someone you know and say, hey, I'm gonna try and test this out because I heard someone online was talking about it, and they said they thought it still works to this day, but I'm gonna test it out and see if it still works. What you do, you just press star 67, dial the person's number, and then person, hey, on the caller, hey, what is the show? And they'll more than likely say, it shows that it's blocked. Show a blocked call. And it will. But that's the only feature I know that works to this day. But the time, or tell you what the current time is, that doesn't exist no more. Uh, and I believe the star 69 thing does not exist anymore either. I think that's a thing of the past too. But who here remembers all that? I sure do. I sure do. That 69 came in handy. Like, say if I don't know, say if someone's calling someone and say they didn't know them or something, they didn't want them to know the number. That came in handy for that. You know, it also came in handy. Like, say if someone was someone, so that way they couldn't call. Find out what their number is or whatever. Be blocked. I can't remember if someone used that Star 67 to block their call. I can't remember if the Star 69 worked back then. I can't remember if it worked or if it blocked that too. I can't remember. I only know like one or two people today that still have landlines, like a landline phone. I know I don't have it at my house. Yeah, these are one of my houses. I haven't had landline ever installed. Now, I think the very first place I ever had of my own, which had an apartment, uh, I think I might have had I had a landline then because I also had the answer machine, you know, um, and yeah, so I did have a landline then, but that was Oh man, that was like probably over 20 years ago, maybe 25 years ago. That was probably like in the year 2000, whatever. 2000, 2001. But then I had that landline first, that I lived there for a few years. And then after I moved out of there, obviously I didn't have a landline no more. I just had my cell phone. And ever since, just cell phone. Never had a landline ever since. That's what it seems like everybody's doing these days. No one has a landline anymore. Wherever you see businesses, business like stores, companies, that's about the only places that have them these days. That most households they have them. The only people that usually do anymore these days that do have them is usually like seniors because they're still used to it. Um, some seniors just don't like the idea of having a cell phone. They never really believe in it or whatever. Some people they believe it gives people cancer, but anything can give you cancer nowadays. The sun can, you know. If you live in a certain area, um, if the air's polluted, that can give you cancer. Okay, now I'm stuck. The science here. All right, let's see. Okay, you said I'm lagging on dash cam street view um, content. I think it's $10 on eBay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I had to check it out for sure. Have you checked what on and eBay you have around the same Amazon Maratone. So probably more convenient through Amazon. Oh, yep. Well, guess what, guys? I am home. Yep, I am home. It's free delivery. Yeah, I could order from either or. Because, credit card or debit card information, whatever, whichever one someone's. Hey, Cal, how you doing? How have you been? Haven't seen you in a little while. How have you been? We got pen name and Cal here. Yeah, so eBay doesn't they don't require like a minimum purchase for free delivery, right? Like whatever you get for them is just free delivery period. Oh, you know why, Cal is I guess when people update their YouTube or something, right? I guess that's a new updated thing for YouTube. I don't know if it shows that on mine. Yeah, that's the new updated thing. A lot of people don't like that. Yeah, they don't like that it shows the handle, people's handles. And then I guess I heard that if you don't have anything on your handle, like you didn't name your handle or something. I heard for some reason if you didn't, if people that didn't have their handle named, and then say if they typed in the site chat, for some reason YouTube would actually show their legal government name, and it would be revealed on the site chat. That's what I heard, which is kind of messed up, because people don't want their identities, out there for everybody to see, you know. So, what do you guys think of that of um, Ron's girlfriend that said that she's pregnant or whatever? What do y'all think of that? Well, supposedly, I guess pen name said that she supposedly had a miscarriage or whatnot. So I don't know how true that is. But I heard like I guess a woman could have a miscarriage at 5 months or sooner. But I heard after when it's 6 months, um, when it's 6 months or longer, I heard that would be like a stillborn. I guess at that point, it'd be more of a stillborn than uh, than a miscarriage. That's what I heard from other women that probably have gone through similar situations. So either that person is lying to Ron for some odd reason about her pregnancy, or I don't know. I don't know other than that. If she's telling the truth, then it doesn't make any sense to me. If she's like I said, if she's 6 months along or longer, that would be more like a stillborn birth, because it's like the baby would be pretty much almost fully, developed as a human than human formed. Yeah, see, Ron's got to stop being so gullible. These women, you know, because we all know not all women lie, but we know. Well, and men can lie too. It can go either way. So I'm not trying to be sexist at all, but I've had it where I'm sure all. Let's see. Everybody knows not to believe a Thai bar girl. Yeah, yeah. But the thing is, why doesn't Ron? Why doesn't Ron not believe her? Why does he always believe everything she says? I guess it's because what she has him wrapped around her little finger. I guess you know that's one person I haven't seen on here yet is Ron. He said he was going to stop by sometime on my channel, and I haven't seen him stop by yet. Pen name or Calcal, have you guys ever tried to tell him to come on over here and on my channel at all? If not, y'all should sometime. It'd be cool to have him over here. And oh, he likes playing the fool. I don't see why anybody would like being played a fool. I know I wouldn't. I never would like being played a fool. You know, never. Wait a minute. Pen name, he said he still believes in Santa Claus. Are you serious? Ron still believes in Santa Claus. That's news to me. Hey, does anybody know how old Ron is? You said go talk to him. What, is he live now? I mean, I have a way I can talk to him. Oh, Calco said we'll send him over next time with Frankie. Oh, yeah. Oh, so he's in his 40s. Do you know if he's in his early or mid 40s? So I'm getting close to my mid 40s now. Yeah, I can't remember if Ron is a little older than me or if he's a little younger than me. But Ron still does have like kind of like the baby face, you know. I mean, some people say I still do. He's in his mid 40s. Oh, maybe he is a little older than me then. 'Cause I'm not in my mid 40s yet. Close to it. So he's probably as old as my middle brother then. My middle brother's in his mid 40s. So he must be around the same age as Flash too. Because Flash is he's in his mid. Yeah, Flash is a little older than me too, just by a couple years, not by much. Yeah, I was just talking about you two earlier, pen name and Calcal. How how sometimes I only have either pen name or Calcal, and usually not both of you at the same time. But this is probably like the second or third time that I had both of you on at one time. Oh, he said tune in to see Ron's antics in Thailand next week. Oh, so he's gonna be in Thailand next week for real this time? I mean, I know he misses his flights last few times. Does anybody know like if he's actually in Thailand now, or like is he going to Thailand this week? Because you said next week, right? That he'll be in Thailand. Yeah, yeah. Maybe he'll be drunk and miss his flight again. Probably. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say. Oh, you said it's the second or third time. Sounds kind of gay. I'm not trying to say it sound like gay. I'm just saying usually like most of the time I should say. Most of the time I should say it's like you guys usually are these are either one or the other on here, not at the same time. Sounds kind of gay. You and pen name have that thing about gay. Yeah, I know you're joking, Cal. I know you're joking. Primo top gay. Look at how pen name spells it too. Ghay. I've always known it as J or Gay, not Ghay. Well, Calco spells it Gaay. two with two A's. Well, you never really see me on here with a guy, right? Like on my like next to me. So I'm not gay, and I know you guys know that. I know you guys know that I love the ladies. Yep, summer is coming to an end. Yep, summer is coming to an end. Yeah, it's starting to get. Starting to have colder days out here. Are you guys starting to have colder days there in the UK, Coco? Or are you guys still having warm days? I don't know what the weather pattern is out there in the UK. I know. I think I know a few other YouTubers that actually have channels from the UK. Um, but I never really got to ask him about like the weather and stuff. But yeah, you guys, can you guys believe all the other day I had to work on my tires, right? Yeah, the darker nights are creeping in. You're right. The other day I had to work on my tires, right? I had to separate my tire from my rim. I had to do it on three tires of mine because I had an issue with the sensors, right? The tire sensors. So I had to replace them, right? So I I separated them myself manually, right? And so then I ended up, separating them from the rim, taking it part way off so I can get to the valve stem, right? Because that's where they have the sensors, right? On all cars, really. And went to install it, and then I went to go put the tire back onto the rim, right? And you believe I almost broke my fingers because I was trying to get the tire back onto the rim, right? And my fingers, it was like both these fingers here, right? Both these fingers here, right in this area, got caught in between the rim and the rubber tire, the hard part of the tire, right? And it started crushing my fingers. Like it would have definitely broke my fingers if I didn't I was doing it really quick, like you usually do, I would have ended up either breaking my fingers or that tire and the rim would have cut them off completely. So I would have had 3 fingers, but I still have pain in these knuckles where it was at on this knuckle here and this knuckle here. It was pressing on the knuckles of my fingers, and yeah, it almost broke them, or if not, it might have even took them completely off with all that pressure and stuff. It could have, but yeah, I can still feel the pain in these knuckles. I don't see any bruising. Can you guys see any bruising? Like I think this is the knuckle that hurt the most, but this one here really got it, and this one got it too. He said something happened to you when star fishing last month. What happened? What happened to you last month? As you can see, this pinky finger of mine had damage, quite a bit. Like here, you can see the scar there, the scar here. I think there's another scar down here. He says safety first, don't do it the locals way. Yeah, I know. I know it. But yeah, I would end up either losing my fingers completely or I would have had a couple broken fingers. Um, he said marshmallow fingers. Marshmallow fingers. Oh, that would really suck though if I ended up losing my fingers completely though. Because if it would have took my fingers completely off, there probably would have been no way for them to, surgically put them back on. Because that tire, between the tire and the rim, when it did that kind of stuff. Let's see. He said, "Cool Cat Primo." He said, "Cool Cat Primo. If I send a dono, will you post to me?" What do you mean, Cal? Duct tape it? Yeah, I probably would have had to do that to stop the bleeding, probably, or something. I mean, I heard of people using duct tape or whatever to stop bleed. Well, I don't know if it would completely stop it. They would have to use like a tourniquet or something, and then like really tape, really, put a lot of pressure on to stop the bleeding. Because I tell you, you have like fingers and shit like that, or limbs that you cut off. I mean, you have to use a tourniquet to stop the bleeding, or you can bleed to death. And I'm sure there's a lot of veins that come up and down our fingers. Um, so yeah, yeah, I'm sure someone can bleed to death. Um, yeah. But what were you saying, Cal? You said you would. You said, would you have gone bowling with no fingers? Probably not. I mean, there's no way you can bowl with no fingers. But see, if I lost these ones, you can still bowl because you usually bowl with these with your index and your middle finger. You usually put those fingers in the hole. Um, because you can almost use your thumb as to kind of hold. Yeah, I guess you. Yeah, I guess you kind of need these fingers too to kind of hold the. Let's see. You said, what's the population of the town I live in? I'm sure it's pretty large. I haven't really looked it up recently. But I'm sure it's a big population. I would have to look it up sometime and then let you know. Actually, you know what? Let me look it up now. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Can you see? Population as of 2024 is 645,705. You get that? Here, I'll type it in the side chat. I don't know if you guys could hear me when I was over there. Let's see. Oops. That's the number there. Yeah, it's a decent size. It's that's what? That's definitely over 750,000. I mean, no, yeah, over three quarter of a million. Yeah. Give me 1 second, guys. I gotta take a bathroom break. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Pending. The answer to your question is yes. It depends on which one you go to and what side of town you go to. Yes, but there can be some clubs that are very dangerous. I've gone to a few of them, or actually all of them, really, and I never had any problems because no one usually messes with me. And I mean, it is really dangerous if you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Yeah, you can get yourself in a really bad, dangerous situation. But I've been to all the hardcore ones, and I haven't had a problem with anybody, and no one gave me problems or anything like that, or people I hung out with, that even came with me to the clubs. They didn't mess with them neither. But yeah, other people, yeah, they've had problems. They had major problems. But I usually try and stay away from those kind of establishments, because in case like stuff does go down, I don't want to be in the middle of it. you know, because even if it doesn't involve me, someone can always open fire, and you know, you never know. You can get yourself caught in the crossfire. They're trying to shoot someone else. You know, say you don't know where a gunfire is coming up, and you try and stand up and you try and run for the door. You never know. You can end up catching a bullet. And that's why I try and stay away. So um, yeah, I don't really go to those kind of clubs. I try and avoid them unless I have a really good reason to go. Then I would go, but other than that, no, I don't. I usually avoid going to the real dangerous clubs. Oh yeah, you're talking about Detroit, man. Detroit, you got to really know where to go. Because there's bad side of town, there's good side of town, just like any town. You know, Detroit's a big city. As you seen, that number I showed you. Like pen name set decent size. That's what is it? 1, 2, 3, 6-digit number. And look at Calcal. He said his is a 5-digit number. So you know, um, our town has quite a bit more population than pen name, or no, I mean Calcal. Pen name. What's the population where you live? I know it's probably more than mine. I know that for sure because you live out there in the West Coast. But look up if you don't know it offhand. Look it up, man. Look it up and see what it says. It more likely would show what the population was as of last year, like 2024. That's what it shows with me with my town. So it probably shows everybody as of 2024. I can't remember. You said you live out there in L.A. or I'm trying to think what starfish means. I forgot. What does that mean? No, no chili leftovers. I had the last bowl that night I streamed, and I showed you all the bowl. That was the last of it. But boy, I tell you, it was good. No, I'm not flicking no beans. Oh yeah, that's right. Now I know what fishing someone means. Um, yeah, yeah, I have had a couple of girls doing the starfish. Yep. Mm-hmm. Flicking bean. Oh, I'm glad to be home now. Have I ever watched NASCAR? Yeah, I have. Yeah. I haven't watched it in a while, but yeah, I watched NASCAR. Out there in the UK, do you? You guys had a NASCAR out there in the UK too? Maybe you guys have a UK NASCAR. I'm not sure. I actually had the opportunity to go to a NASCAR event, but I didn't. I didn't end up going that day. But at Disney World, they have a NASCAR track there, and I could have went there, but I didn't. Yep, life is good. Yep, can't complain. Can't complain at all. So you said watch sometimes on Sunday night on big screen from US. Oh yeah. Have you ever been to the US, Cal? Have you ever been here in the United States? So have you ever visited here? Ever? And if you have, what state did you go to? Like, was it New York? Was it Chicago? Was it California? Yeah, they do. I can't remember where though, where exactly they have them, but yeah, they have some tracks near me. One of these days, maybe I'll go. You know, where? Oh, you have a few times. Where did you visit? Like, what states did you go to? Spent 3 months traveling in 2017. Oh, okay. Like, where did you? Where? What states did you visit? Usually, people that come here to Michigan, they want to see like the Great Lakes. They want to see. They want to see um, the Mackinac Bridge. They want to go to Mackinac Island. Um, they want to go to the UP, which is short for the Upper Peninsula. Um, then we have like a. You said you circled the country, 23 states. You think? Oh wow, was one of them Michigan or no? Probably not, huh? How did you like the? How did you like coming to the states? You ever think about living here permanently, or not really? I mean, there's a lot of people that really don't like the. Well, I mean, I shouldn't say a lot. There's people that don't like the president we have now, and there's people that do like the president. But I don't know. I think it sounds like more and more. So you started in D.C. and went north around Seattle and down the west coast. Oh wow! Wow, how long did it take you to travel all that? Probably a long while. So you started in D.C., which is our nation's capital. Yeah, I'm eating my dinner now. Can you guys guess what I'm eating? guesses. Any guesses of what I'm eating? Nope, not that. I'm eating pizza. The stuffed crust. What, you guys want to hear me eat? Okay, if you guys want to hear me eat, that's fine. You said Flash has best sounding effects when eating. Yeah, I'll show you guys the pizza. Doesn't that look good? Mmm. I just did cam up. What do you say? Adios. Are you leaving? Oh, you got to go to sleep. Okay. Wow. So it's 12:45 a.m. your time. Wow. That sounds like I'm having sex with the pizza. Enjoy the pizza. Oh yeah, I will. Yeah. Cheers, Coco. Thanks for stopping in, Coco. That sounds like I'm having sex with the pizza. Well, you're eating it. You'd be making probably more sounds than me. Mm, man, so good. Mm, my nose is itchy. Flash is the king, though, huh? Yeah, he's definitely the king of like karaoke and his high kicks, man. That's for sure. Did you see him? Did you see him on my channel the other day when he was doing his karaoke and his high kicks at the same time? Or did you tune in after? Oh, by the way, guys, I'm going to have him on for sure. Tune in this Sunday. Flash and Flash and his friend, well, my friend too. Um, oh, I can't think of his name. Jay, we call him. Will be on here too, and possibly even Frank. So, oh, you didn't see it? Oh, yeah, but you won't see it on my channel because I had to delete it. That was the stream I got porn bound by you know who. So I had to delete it. So no one got to see it unless they actually seen it live. Which that's why I didn't want to delete it neither because I wanted everybody to see Flash, but he's gonna do it again this Sunday. So for sure, tune in, pen name, and spread the word around. Sunday, he's gonna do his karaoke thing and high kicks and stuff. So yeah, for sure, try and tune in. Um, I won't be doing it too early or not too late. So it'll probably be like in the middle of the day, like or no, maybe at night. Maybe my time, so Eastern Standard Time, it would be maybe like 9 to 9:30, maybe a little earlier. I don't know, but yeah, this coming Sunday, tune in. Don't miss it. And get to see him doing his combination of his high kicks and high kicks and his karaoke. Um, I also pen name try and think of some like maybe some songs that you might want to hear Flash sing. Hear him sing because I requested one song for him to do, and that was the everybody was kung fu fighting because he does that the high kicks and he was doing the kicks when he was singing the song. But oh no, I'm gonna suggest a song for him to sing and stuff too on Sunday. But yeah, try and think of a song that you might want to have Flash um sing, and if you put it in the side chat. If he doesn't see it and read it, then I can always read it, or I can always tell him, hey, pen name or so and so is asking if you can sing, whatever song you guys can think of, or whatever song you guys type in, you know. Um, yeah, it'll be this Sunday coming up. Yeah, I'm kind of bummed out you didn't see that last time Flash was on pen name, but if you tune in Sunday, you won't miss it. You know, 'cause you usually tune into my channel regularly anyway, so yeah, for sure try and tune in. And you know, pen name, you're on the West Coast, so you're like, I think it's 3 hour difference where you're at. So you know, let's say it's 8 o'clock my time. 8, 7, 6, 5. It'll probably be like 5 o'clock your time. So figure between 5 and 6. So I'll either do it between like 8 or 9, and yeah, just try and tune in, and then you can see Flash doing this thing. And I usually have him centered. You know, I center him on the screen so everybody sees him big. You know, that's what I did last time he was on. I centered him, and we all seen him dance. So he said, "Glad I just made my first student loan payment. Interest too high on it." Oh, really? I thought student loans the interest were low. You know what you should do, pen name, is think about this. Think about refinancing your student loan through another bank like that would offer you a lower interest rate, because the interest is what really kills everybody. Let's see if you can somehow, like either with a bank or credit union, see if they would take over the loan. Like they'll what what they usually do is they'll pay off that loan, right? Like they'll pay off your student loan, right? And then you would owe the bank or the credit union, whichever one you go to. Um, and if you find one with a lower interest, that would be even better because, like I said, that interest is what kills people. It really kills people, and you'll never, people feel like they never get ahead on their payments with those loans. Because I had a loan, I had a loan maybe a few years back, and they charged like a high interest, and the only benefit was is the payments were lower, right? Payments were lower, but the interest was high. But what I did is I went to my bank and they refinanced it. Um, but the only downfall is I had to pay more on the loan. Um, and but the interest is lower. So, and I get to pay out the loan faster because I think it was like a 10-year loan with the original company. And I refinanced it through someone else. I think that they cut that in half or more than half. I think it's like a 3 year or something like that. Oh, you said 8% interest? Yeah, that's actually who I refinanced with was my credit union. So uh, almost 30, I think. Uh, like 4%, 3%, which is super low. I mean, it's a big difference. Big difference in savings, that's for sure. As you were saying there, 8%, that doesn't seem too high. I mean, um, and when you're getting up to like 20 or 30% interest, that's high, man. That is high. But you're still like in the single digits with your interest, you know. And plus, like you said it's not a big. You said that's not. It wasn't a big amount. Let's see. Oh, you're back with news. What's up? What's the news? Yeah, that is a great rate. Yeah, I think it's like 3%. Oh, high for student loan. What's the low student rate? Oh, two there so far. Oh, wow. Boys or girls or is it a boy and a girl or? Oh, two boys so far. Wow. Wow. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, um, what we're talking about is this person just had a baby or two babies. They're having triplets, so they're having three. They just had their two boys so far. So yeah, those of you who don't know, that's what we're talking about. Can you guys hear those cicadas? Oh, she's having really bad contractions now. You said you think the lowest you had was under two? Yeah, that's really good. Under two. But at least the good thing, like you said, it's not a really high amount. If you don't mind me asking, Pending, what was your major? Yeah, man, you said are those conductors and here in the background? No, those are cicadas. They're insects. They're insects that make those noises. Oh yes, yeah. I hope you do have a girl next. Yeah. Yep. So that way you'll have Well, you'll have three boys and two girls. Oh, accounting. Oh, okay. That's a good. That's a good. That's a good field. That's a good field. Yeah, accountants are always needed. Yeah. So, pen name. You want to be my accountant then? You want to be my personal accountant? Yeah, cicadas. They're insects that make those noises. The noise. I don't. I think you guys can hear them in the background. They're pretty loud. It sounds like what's his name? Pen name. That see. Yeah, they're cicadas, or some people call them cicadias. I guess either way, it's the same thing. We have them around here, and they get pretty loud sometimes. Yeah, some people call them, cicadas or cicadias, but they're insects, that are pretty loud at times, especially when they're really close. Like these ones. These ones must be really close, and they usually hang out in the trees. Yeah, I can see. He said you can do it yourself. Use Free Tech USA or Free Tax USA. Oh, hmm. How much would you charge to be my accountant? Where am I located? I'm located in the state of Michigan. Where are you located, if you don't mind me asking? Yeah, they call it the Great Lake State. Yeah, we're surrounded by the Great Lakes. Yeah, where are you located? Oh, Illinois. Yeah. Okay, you're not too. You're just south of me. Yeah. Are you? I'll be right back. Okay. Oh, when you come back, let me know if you're north or south of Illinois. Oh, it's time for the last one. Oh well, congratulations on the two and this one. Yeah, come back and let us know. I'll try and stay on as long as I can. So, anyways, guys, so what time is it by you now, pen name? Oh, so it's 5 o'clock your time, huh? Oh, you're lucky. It's a little after 8 here. Little after 8 here. Starting to get dark here now. Like we're having a sunset right now. Yeah. Oh, that pizza was good. That pizza was good. So, what do you have planned to do the rest of the week, pen name? Yes, Little Caesars. Yep. Did you get yourself some pizza too from Little Caesars? You gotta grab tacos, huh? Where are you getting tacos from? Which toppings? Oh, I got pepperoni, Italian sausage, green bell peppers, black olives. See the onions, and of course cheese. Taco truck style, huh? Yep, I went all out. Yep. All right, back outside again. How you guys are gonna hear the cicadas or whatever you call them, whatever people call them. In fact, here, you know what? You guys want to see the suns, the sky? Look at that. There's that, and then hold on. Oops. And there is that. Check that out, guys. Look at that. Yeah, look at that. It's like purple in the sky there. There and there. Look at that. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna bike again tomorrow. Um, yeah, I'll have some time to do it tomorrow, so I'll stream and bike like I did last time. And this time, I'll actually bring my my power bank with me too, um, so I can keep on streaming. I don't have to worry about my phone dying. So that would be cool. I actually have my phone on the power bank right now because I'm outside. Plus, I can still bike in the fall. You know, it's still decent enough weather to bike in the fall. You know, all sometimes even all the way up to the end of fall. Um, I can still bike, but then of course when winter gets here, I obviously don't want to do it then. I used to when I was a kid though. I used to bike in the winter. I used to bike when there was snow on the ground. I just had to be careful because obviously with ice and stuff, you can slip and fall, which I had done in the past when I was a kid. I just didn't like severely hurt myself, you know. Um, but yeah, um, I don't do that anymore these days now that I'm older though. But yeah, um, I'll stream when I bike, and then yeah, maybe y'all can see the fall colors too when I'm biking too. Yeah, summer is my favorite season of the whole year. What is your favorite season, pen name? Yeah, I always hate it when summer ends because it is my favorite season. And Yeah. Anyways, guys. Sorry, I had to leave my phone for a minute. Yeah. Look at this. Check out this power bank I got, guys. Let's see. Hold on. See how big that is? It's 20,000 mAh. It's fully charged. You can see all those lights. All those lights indicate that it's fully charged, but it's 20,000 mAh. That can that can charge my phone probably, I don't know, from almost completely dead to full power, probably, I don't know, maybe 5 times, if not more. Well, guys, looks like tomorrow I might not be able to go bike riding because I'm pretty sure it's supposed to rain all day tomorrow, so I don't bike in the rain. So, um, I'll have to bike and stream on Monday or Friday. Yeah, Friday would have to be the day I would bike and stream. What do you mean, eat cleaner? Where do you see food on my clothes? There's no food on my clothes. Where do you see food on my clothes? I eat clean. Today I ate in my lazy boy chair today though. I usually don't. I usually eat at my dinner table. But today I ate in my lazy boy chair, but I didn't get any food on my clothes. I mean, I was eating pizza, man. If I got food in my clothes, man, you'll be seeing like grease marks and shit, or like tomato sauce or something on my shirt. There's nothing. See, there's nothing on my shirt. What? Because I ate pizza? Is that what you're saying? I had a better need a better diet. I have been eating better though. I only got the pizza. Oh, by the way, you were saying the 6.99 deal. I did actually get the 6.99 deal because I have a buddy there that works there, and he's a good buddy of mine, and he'll charge me the 6.99 rate, right, for the two toppings, but he does it without the company knowing, and he'll add the toppings to my pizza without saying anything, and he'll just charge me the 6.99 two topping. So yeah, I didn't pay for all the extra toppings, or else it would have been probably a lot more, you know. But yeah, and that's the benefit of knowing someone that works at a pizza joint, you know. And in fact, that friend has also given me when he said when he can, he gives me free pizzas off and on. So I don't have to pay nothing. Yep, he gives me totally free pizzas with whatever toppings I want and whatever size I want. You know what pizza I really like though, but it's really unhealthy though, because of the size. I don't know if have you ever heard of this pen name? It's called the Big Ben Pizza. That pizza is 24 inches wide, and each slice is a foot long, so 12 inches each slice. Man, when I have that kind of pizza, I can barely eat two slices. I can barely like eat that. Now, when I was at my heaviest I ever was, I used to be able to eat like at least four. But now I have a really hard time eating, scarfing down too. But yeah, it's because they're a foot long each slice. But I haven't had that kind of pizza in a long time. But they're also a lot more expensive than they used to be too. Like I think now they're like I think back then when I got them, they were like maybe $25, but now I think they're like um I think they're like almost 40 now. 45 dollars, something like that. No. No, not my boyfriend. I don't have a boyfriend. I have girlfriends, plural. I have girlfriends. But no, this buddy of mine I went to school with. I went to school with, and he just about runs the whole joint. He just about runs the whole joint. So um, he's pretty much the boss. So yeah. In fact, if I wanted to, each time I go there, um, I could I could ask him, hey, can I get a free pizza anytime I come there? And he'd probably be down with it. He'd probably be down with it. But I try not to eat pizza all the time, no, because you know, I am trying to definitely be on a better diet. You said ain't no fun if the homies ain't have none. What do you mean by that? I don't know what you mean by that, pen name. I have homies. I have lots of homies. I have homies all over the place, man. All over the place. Probably every state. So I have homies in the state you live in. Don't abuse my boyfriend like that. Yeah, my boyfriend. Bullshit. Bullshit. Pen name, you only wish I had a boyfriend. So that way you can tell everybody, oh, Primo has a boyfriend. No, I like the ladies, man. I'm not into guys, and not into that stuff. I see. I'm a Christian, and me being a Christian, boyfriend in every state. Yeah. Um, Me being a Christian, it's actually a sin to be what do they call it, a homosexual. Um, so yeah, I'm not down with that at all. Never was and never will be. No, always the day I die would love titties and pussy. Yep, that's me, just loving titties and pussy. And I don't care what size titties they have. They can have small ones, they can have medium ones, they can have big ones. Doesn't matter to me. As long as they're. I'm not Catholic though. I'm not Catholic. I'm a non-denomination. That's what I am. Non-denomination. I've always been non-denomination. Now uh other family members are Catholics, but I'm not. I'm not. I'm not Catholic. I really don't like the way the Catholics do stuff. Like they'll pray like to Mother Mary and to whoever else or whatever. I don't believe in that. I said Primo will do anything on two legs. Well, yeah, two legs with a pussy. Two legs with a pussy. Two legs and a pussy and titties. Yep, they love them titties and pussy. Yep. What do you like better, pen name? Do you like to see? Ask them why their priest is gay. I don't know. I don't know necessarily if their priest is gay. I mean, I don't think every single priest does that kind of shit. In fact, my uh my parents um my parents are Catholic, and they used to go to the Catholic church, but I think they stopped going to the Catholic church after that stuff went down with the priests, like the news, like when the priests were like, you know, go, uh, what do you call it? Going after the boys or whatever at the Catholic schools. I think that's when they really stopped. You said they don't have sex with women, dude. Yeah. Well, it's supposed to be part of, I guess, their part of the Catholic priest rules. I guess they're not supposed to. They're not supposed to. They're not supposed to have sex with really anybody. Really, I guess, let alone boys. Um, but yeah, they're not supposed to be married. Um, but see, that's the difference between Catholics and non denomination. Yeah, I'm sure there's priests out there like them boys. Yeah, but I just feel sorry for all the victims of the boys. Because I'm sure most of them, if not all of them, were minors. Um, but I feel sorry for them that they had to fall victim to the father of the church, which they're supposed to trust. That's almost just as bad, if not worse, than a parent doing that to their kid, because like the parent is, the child is supposed to trust the parent, but then there's parents out there that sexually molest their own kids, and that's definitely wrong, you know. Um, but But yeah, I've never been Catholic even before all that shit went down with the priest or the father of the church, the Catholic Church. I've never been a fan of being Catholic even before then, before all that shit went down with the molesting boys shit. Um, like I said, I just never really believe in what they believe in. Like I said, praying to the Mother Mary and all that stuff. Um, are you a Christian at all? Pen name? Even though like I said, I consider myself non-denomination. I haven't been to church in years. I just never really found in my adult life. I never really found a church I'm really comfortable with. So maybe one of these days I will, though. Because I really want to get back to it. You know. Um, he said, "Explain to me what kind of man doesn't have sex with women." Um, Homosexuals, I guess. Gay men. They don't sleep with women. That's the best explanation I can give you. Other than what do they call what are the others called where they sleep with either or? Um, what do they call them? Um, bisexual. Yeah, bisexual. They sleep with men or women. You know. Um, like I said, I've always as a Catholic priest. You never answered my question, pen name. What do you like better, titties or pussy? What do you like better, titties or pussy? Because I know you're straight. You say what? Primo is a switch ha- hater. What do you mean? I'm a switch hater or hitter? You said we don't discriminate between the two. What do you mean we don't discriminate between the two? What do you mean? I don't discriminate against gay people or whatnot. I mean, it's it's just whatever, to each his own. If someone prefers being with a guy, then that's on them. You know, I mean, vice versa. If a girl wants to be with another girl, that's up to them. But I don't discriminate. As long as a gay guy doesn't try and hit on me, you know, or try and make some moves on me, then I don't care. You know, what goes on behind their bedroom door is their business. It's like just like with me, what goes on behind my bedroom door with me and a woman is my business. I don't advertise it. I don't go around bragging like, oh yeah, I just slept with someone and we did this and that and the other, and yeah, we had a good time. I don't do that. I'm more old fashioned. Oh, he said we don't discriminate between ass and titties. I didn't say ass and titties. I said pussy and titties. I said, what do you like better, ass or I said, what do you like better, titties or pussy? What do you prefer? What is your best? Like, what do you prefer the most, titties or pussy? I didn't say anything about ass. In fact, I don't believe in even with I don't believe in myself personally. I don't believe in putting my what in a woman's butt. I don't do that. You don't discriminate between pussy and tits. I'm not asking you to discriminate between them. I say, which ones do you like? Which one of those do you like better, the titties or the pussy? I'm not saying discriminate between them. No. Which ones do you prefer, like the best? Like which ones do you like the most? If you had to choose between one, titties, two, pussy, which one will be higher or which one will be a little lower? Ah, shit! I gotta go in the house. Mosquitoes are starting to come out. Give me a second, guys. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, but I'm not discriminating between the two. I'm not discriminating at all. I was just saying, like, say for instance, okay, let me put it this way. Say for instance, if a girl said, "What would you like to play with her body parts first, her titties or her pee? Which one would you go to first? Because you can't go to both. That's impossible. But which one would you go to first? Prejudiced? How am I prejudiced? What against titties and pussy? I'm not prejudiced against them. Ah, pen name always trying to start trouble. Always trying to start trouble. I like the cross-eyed ones. The cross-eyed ones. Oh, hey, if they're nice, if they're if what's in their heart is nice, I mean, that would be like me being prejudiced, is being like, hey, I'm not going to be with someone just because they're cross-eyed. That would be prejudice. No, man, it's like if there's someone I'm totally compatible with, and they just so happen to be cross-eyed, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if someone makes fun of me and makes fun of her just because she's cross-eyed. I wouldn't care. I'd be like, what the fuck you. You know, that's what I would say. You know, unless they get lost. Go kick rocks. I mean, that's just like saying, "Oh, I wouldn't be with someone because they were in a terrible fire and their face is all like deformed or whatever." Dude, if that person had a really good heart, and just because they had their face messed up from a fire, you know, I wouldn't discriminate like that. I wouldn't be prejudiced or whatever about that. You know, it's just like what if someone I met had cancer, right? Or if someone I met had cancer, they had to go through treatments, and they lost all their hair and they were bald, and they're a woman. Should I turn that person down just because they don't have no hair on their head? No, like I said, it goes back to if they're the right one and their heart's in the right place, and we see eye to eye and we get along, and I don't care that that person's bald. I mean, they can't help it if they had to have treatment to where they all their hair fell out, you know, then I wouldn't care. Talking about cross-eyed boobies. I mean, that's the same thing. Like if if I found someone and we were compatible and we see eye to eye and we're the right ones for each other. If her titties are if her titties are if her boobies are cross-eyed, why should I care? You know what I would think though is if they were cross-eyed boobies, at least I'd be able to get to them quicker. You know what I mean? The right and left one, I'd be able to get to them quicker. I bet you're laughing, huh? Pen name? You're probably laughing your ass off right now. I'll be able to get to him quicker. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I wouldn't care if the girl had. Why do you know someone that has cross-eyed boobies? Is that why you brought that up? Plus, how would someone know when they first met someone, right? Like, say if I went on a date with someone, and you know, obviously, I doubt the first date we go on. I doubt she's gonna like pull up her shirt and her bra and be like, "Look at my titties." I doubt it. I highly doubt it. But how would I know if someone has cross-eyed boobies? You won't know till you get in the bedroom with them, right? And then you find out that. Then what? What are you gonna do? You're gonna say, I don't want to be with you anymore. And then they said, well, why? What am I supposed to say? Oh, because your because your boobies are cross-eyed. I mean, how embarrassing would that be to her and myself to say that? I mean, like I said, goes back to what I'm saying. If me and her have a really good connection, I'm not gonna be like, hey, is she? Have them fill out an application. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have them fill out an application, and the application is gonna say, if you have cross-eyed boobies, I want to be with you. Yeah, yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. Let's see something here. Now that you brought that up, no, now you got me. You got me wondering something. Now you got me wondering about something. Not that. Something else. So get your mind out of the gutter. All right. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I've been live here about what 2 hours, almost 40 minutes. Yeah, I'm about to get off here and probably go to bed early again tonight. I am getting tired. So I think I am going to end this here, but thank you everybody for showing up. It's much appreciated. And for all you that haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Be greatly appreciated, and like my videos. And yeah. Talk to you later. Pen name. You take it easy too, and also hit the notification button. All right.